Guys, we're going to do something a little bit different today. Todd Fleming is traveling. I've got stuff going on. So I wanted to play for you a call that we did within the Kingdom Real Estate. We do a call 9 times a week. Every single call is radically different. This morning, Saturday morning, we did a call featuring myself, William Bonnell, Tyler Sheff, John Williams, and a couple other of the leaders in the Kingdom Real Estate. Now, I want to give you guys a little bit of a warning here. This call is very, very raw. There is offensive language. We are very, very blunt. And we named this call, Why You Will Never Succeed in Real Estate. So you guys can't see this, but we had about 40 to 50 people on this call this morning. It's an exclusive call for the Kingdom. And guys, we're not holding any punches. We're not holding anything back. We want these people to win. We're very blunt. We're very honest. We use very offensive language. If that bothers you, probably a good time to turn this off. So this is long. It's about an hour long. You might have to catch it in a couple different phases. Part 1, we are talking about why people struggle in real estate. In the second part, we are answering a couple questions in our community. So I hope you enjoy, and we'll be back next week.
No, I'll kick it off. We just had a couple people. We're using a different link than normal, so a couple people got confused. It's okay. It's early. It's a Saturday. Most of you guys aren't used to being up this morning. Look at everybody with their coffee. Everyone's like, oh my shit, I got to wake up really quick. Guys, we've got a lot of people that have actually not been on a call, at least one of my calls before. So guys, welcome. We've got a great turnout. For those of you guys that do not know, Ed Pugh normally does this call, and he got married last night. And man, they were up late. I saw pictures. Angel, it's like 7 a.m., bro. Put the whiskey away. They were up late having a good time. And what I love about that story was Ed paid for that whole wedding because of one choice that he made in his life. And that choice was he wanted to get financially free. So he did one deal that paid for his whole wedding. They rented a private bar after the wedding for the after party with everybody there. I mean, it was open bar, like the whole gig. And that was because of one decision. So that is why Ed is not here. Joined by obviously Tyler Sheff. We've got John Williams, John Brown. We've got William, got a bunch of the leaders on here as well. And I wanted to do this call. The reason why I said an offensive title and we had pictures of us flipping you guys off is sometimes I have to trick you guys to show up. Okay? This is the most people I've ever seen on a Saturday call.
Yeah.
So I name things crazy names, and I have to trick you guys half the time to get out of your own damn way to get financially free. So I called this call Why You Will Never Be Free, and I want to kind of share a little bit about our story and what we've seen over the past 14 months. Guys, we've had the privilege of mentoring just over 500 people in 14 months. Now, if you guys go to the group, how many people are in the group? 175? So I want to talk about why that is and why most people don't even make it 1 year. I share all the time that you are the CEO of a company. So more than 50% of you guys that started a company less than a year ago went out of business. So that's kind of where we're starting today and what I want to kind of hit on. Tyler, I'm going to let you kind of start it off. You've been in here since the very beginning. You were one of the founders. I mean, when we had this idea, you were right there. And you've seen people come and go. You've seen people get fired up. You've seen people make a lot of money, and you've seen people quit very, very quickly. What do you think is one of the main reasons why people don't make it in this world, in real estate?
I think number one is that you're too damn comfortable. I can't get this out of my head. If those of you listen to episode 100 of my podcast probably get what I'm talking about. I interviewed Tracy Cross, and we talked about getting uncomfortable. And that's it, is you're all too comfortable. You guys really haven't crashed. You see, you don't have a strong enough why. That's usually and keep in mind, guys, every Friday I give a free strategy call to people from people on my podcast. And I hear the same old song and dance every single Friday afternoon. Well, I just want to do a couple flips, and then I'm going to flip until I can buy and hold, and I want to quit my job and blah, blah, blah. Some people actually go and quit their job before they get free. And it starts with you're too comfortable. And frankly, I've been there. My wife makes a ridiculous amount of money. I mean, it's crazy. When I quit my job, I walked off the ship a few years back. I took a 5-year break. For those of you who don't know, I've been in real estate for 18 years, just under 18 years. I took a 5-year break. I went to work at sea and worked for the government at sea as a merchant mariner, made ridiculous money, just under 200K. I got comfortable. But here's what happened. When I got comfortable, the government made me uncomfortable because those fuckers took half my check. Okay. I was on task to pay more in taxes than all of my friends made. All of them. So number one, I realized that I needed new friends. Number two, I realized that I got to fix that situation because the government's fucking me. Okay. But really, I'm fucking myself because I'm not home for my kids. I'm not home for my wife. And my why is my wife has a disease called MS. So before long, she'll either be dead or completely crippled. We lost her sister 2 years ago. That's a whole other story. It's the same disease, identical twin, right? So my why is I'm going to take her all around the world, places that she grew up in a poor household. She would never be able to go. Okay. Jill's always made 30 grand a year up until the last couple of years until we got our mind right. And now my wife's making 6 figures besides the real estate. And we're crushing it in real estate and doing even far better than that. It's because our why is stronger. So I walked out of my job. I walked out of a 6-figure job with the government, a cushy job. I didn't have to do a freaking thing all day. I got to travel around the world and work with bimbos in bikinis that doubled as scientists. Beautiful. And I walked out of that job and said, if I can duplicate my income, or at least half my income in 6 months, I took 6 months paid leave, I'm going to do it. Right out of the gate, I renewed my real estate license and I started solving problems. I made $122,300 in the first 6 months. That was after a 5-year break in real estate and very little network. But the very first thing I did was build that network. I got uncomfortable, guys. I got really uncomfortable because I had 6 months to either make it work or have to go back and be the government's bitch. When I walked off the ship, guys, my last cruise, I was out in the North Atlantic, the Bay of Fundy, 20-foot seas. It was like fucking Deadliest Catch out there. It was negative 14 degrees. Every time a wave went over and I'm out on deck as the deck boss, I turned to a fucking sheet of ice because the water would hit me and it'd freeze. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? You had to tie yourself to the rail so you didn't slide over because the deck was solid ice. I'm like, this is insane. I mean, I was 44 years old. I'm thinking, what am I doing? I'm not going to live to see retirement out of this thing. But guys, I got uncomfortable. And I'm going to stay uncomfortable because it's being uncomfortable that puts me in a position to kick anybody's ass. If I want a deal, I just go fucking take it. Fuck you. I don't care if you got cash. There's your cash. I'm never going to use cash. I don't need cash. If I want money, I'll call Jordan. I'll use Jordan's money. Maybe I'll use John's money. I don't really, at the root, the core of it is, I don't really give a fuck what the seller thinks. By the time I walk out of there, I'm going to educate them on the facts and help them solve their problem. And I don't let things like realtors and proof of funds letters get in my way. So, end of rant.
What I like about that is, guys, it's not just Tyler, right? Like, it's not just Tyler that forced himself to get uncomfortable and now he's crushing it. Like, for those of you guys that don't know, we have a website. On our website, under previous recorded calls, we have all of these different interviews. We're interviewing lawyers. We're interviewing people that own massive title companies. We're interviewing insurance agents. We're interviewing people that Don Costa, had $1 million judgment against him, fought that. I mean, he literally, his card declined with his whole family in front of him at Taco Bell. The next day, his water got shut off. His wife called him and said, honey, we don't have any water. Guys, he went from that and having $1 million judgment against him to building a massive business. Our guy in Texas, he was so broke, he went and stole money from his girlfriend, her kids' piggy bank. Johnny Moore, he's in the kingdom. There's you guys can message him. He's in the kingdom. Guys, it's not just Tyler. Like, I see this time and time again. People that are forced, they've got a gun up to their head, and it's, look, you've got to make something happen in the next couple of weeks, so you're going to lose everything. Those people do deals. And even people that aren't mentors or leaders in this group, like Lawrence got fired from his job. He did more deals after he got fired and had no money than he had the whole year combined before that. Why is that? Because he had no other choice. Some of you guys, I'm looking at some of you guys right now. I know you guys make a lot of money, or I know you guys make good money. That's why you're not doing deals. I promise you, that's why you're not doing deals. Some of you guys are highly educated, like way smarter than myself and Tyler and William and John. Like, you guys are very, very, very smart. That's why you're not doing deals, because you don't have to, you know? So we get in this pattern of we get comfortable, we get comfortable, we get comfortable, you know, we don't engage, and then we fall off. It happens all the time. William, you've mentored a lot of people. You've done a lot of deals. You've seen everything. Why do you think people don't make it in real estate from your experience?
Because they're fucking pussies. That would be my starting comment, to be honest with you. Well, you know, that's just reality. It's really, really simple. Look, there's things that you have to do that suck, and they're uncomfortable things. And when you first approach it, your options are either do it, face first, right through the damn brick wall, or you can cower down. You can just back down and, you know what? No, it's okay. It's okay. I love this Prius. It's your choice. It really is. And most people, when they're faced with those options, exactly like you said, because of the fact that they're comfortable in the first place, which is absolutely just so counterproductive, it's sickening. Most people, because they're so damn comfortable, are never going to do anything else. The fact of the matter is, if you don't burn your boats, as long as you've got a safety net, you're going to use that safety net at every single possible opportunity. It's really just that simple. When you have no damn safety net, when you have nothing else, I mean, the fact is, I suck at absolutely everything. The only thing I've ever figured out how to do that I do not completely and totally suck at is put together real estate deals. I couldn't hold a fucking job at Burger King for 2 weeks if my life depended on it.
William, how many deals have you done?
A little over 2,500.
2,500 deals, guys. William, when did you start? How old were you?
2000. I started at 18.
18 years old. He's done 2,500 deals. Guys, William's just like most of us, guys. Like, what he just said is like literally the key to success. He just said, I'm not extremely intelligent. The only good thing that I've done is, I'm actually going to challenge him on this. William, I think the best thing that you've done is you've built a fantastic team.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like I just said, I mean, there's a million things I suck at. I can't make a computer do anything other than fly across the room because I lost my damn patience with it. That's about the only thing I've figured out how to do with the computer is make it fly. I can throw them like a fucking Frisbee, I'm telling you. They're just like smooth right through the air. I might even be able to make them pull some boomerang tricks if I try hard enough. But anyway, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with computers. I don't have the patience to deal with difficult sellers. So I actually have people on my team very specifically because they're nice guys, because I'm a prick. So I'm not going to deal with the people that don't have, you know, a nice, simple, cooperative attitude. As soon as they give me a little shit, I'd rather knock them out than sign a contract with them. So I go out of my way to make sure I have some people on my team who are capable of dealing with difficult assholes, because I'm not. I make sure I have people on my team that are capable of sitting there listening to some whining, sobbing idiot that has a bunch of problems. I don't have 2.5 hours to sit there and listen to somebody cry. And quite frankly, I don't really have emotions. So I don't care when they're crying. I'm going to sit there and laugh at them. That doesn't work. That doesn't get contracts signed. So I have people on my team very specifically because they are empaths. You know, I've got people on my team that just happen to have a big heart and they wear it on their sleeve and everybody knows it. And that's why they're on my team in the first place, because they have abilities I don't have. So the first thing that I did when I wanted to build a team is I was like, make a list of everything I suck at. Now that list was pretty overwhelming. It really, truly was. It was like, holy shit, there's about 1 million things I can't do that I'm probably going to have to do at some point. So I need to start finding people that can do these things, because otherwise I'm never going to get the results of those things being done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just really kind of decided right from the beginning, there's things that I'm good at, there's things that I can figure out, and there's things that I can put together in a way where I can get the results I want. And the other things, it really is my obligation to find other people that can do those things. That's just, you know, my team is built entirely of people that are nothing like me. I'm the only asshole on my team. The only one. Everybody else is nicer, smarter, better dressed. I'm way more fucking handsome than them anyway, so I don't care how well they dress, but.
Guys, none of us, Tyler, if you had something, 1 second. Guys, none of us are special. None of us are unique. None of us are overly intelligent. None of us have any special skill. Like we literally, you guys know, like normally at Thanksgiving, my mom loves puzzles, right? She always has a new damn puzzle, and she'll put it out all over the table. Guys, our job as investors and as people in real estate, as entrepreneurs, is to look at that puzzle and start to put the pieces together. Okay? Like you guys ask me so many freaking questions about contracts. I know probably 1 out of 10 questions about, 1 out of 10 answers about your contracts. But I've got a contract person on my team. It's called a title company. I've got a lawyer on my team. You know, you guys ask 1,500 legal questions a week. I don't know. Tyler probably doesn't know. William doesn't know. We've got these people on our team, right? Like, I couldn't tell you what every single word in my contract means. I can't tell you. I have no clue. But guys, I'm financially free. I've built a massive portfolio. I've done a lot of deals. And the only thing I've done is I've looked at that puzzle and I started putting pieces together. Tyler, go ahead.
It comes down to putting yourself out there, guys. And a 30-second story. I got to do some quick math here. Let's see. The other day, I got a guy that comes. I do a call in my group on Fridays. It's called Cashflow Guys TV. You guys can see it on my YouTube channel, the recordings. I called this guy out 2 weeks ago because he's a fucking financial planner, and he's on my call, and he wants to invest with me. He's a financial planner. His job is to help other people place their money in investments. And the fucking guy owns a $500,000 house on a golf course. So I was like, dude, what the fuck? You're a financial planner and you've got the fucking balls to not even invest in what you sell? I mean, what are you, an insurance agent? No disrespect to Gillum.
Oh.
So what's the response? This fucking guy hires me to sell his house. So there's $35,000 that he handed me, right? So I asked him, when I sit down at the table, what are you going to do with the proceeds? He says, well, I don't have any other choice really but to invest them with you. I don't know what else to do with the money. So as soon as we close, I'm going to hand you the check. So I'm getting 2 checks, guys. I'm getting 1 check for $35,000 and the other check for the rest of the fucking proceeds from a financial planner. So probably asking, why the hell is he telling me this story? I'm telling you the story because I educated this guy on what I do. I took the time to educate him on what I do. As I learn things, I teach other people. Sound familiar? What the fuck do you think? You think Jordan's out spewing all over Facebook because he's bored? No, it's called being, well, yeah. But it's called being a lighthouse. It's called, when you're educating other people on what the fuck you do, then everybody's going to want to do what you do. And then money comes your way. Guys, if you're flipping houses and 20 grand scares you, don't flip fucking houses because you're a coward. Sorry, but you're broke. You can't be flipping houses if you're poor. Flipping houses is not for poor people. It's for wealthy people. Understand that. The most successful house flipper in the state of Florida ain't Poe. And the ones that are Poe ain't successful. So if you're poor, don't flip houses. Buy them and keep them. And then you won't be poor anymore.
Yeah. John, jump in, man.
Yeah, so like I was talking to Brett the other day, and there's one thing I told him that kind of sums up what everybody's saying here. And that's a lot of people come looking for the money. But what they don't realize is that it's not about the money at all. It's about a complete lifestyle and mindset change in your life. So many people come in just thinking about money, 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 but they don't realize that they have to change the way they think about money. They have to change their actions, their habits, all these other things that, you know, before the money starts coming, those things have to change. And once your lifestyle and that mindset changes, Tyler said, hey, you know, it's not about the money. I could have made money at a job, but I need to change my lifestyle. I need to change my mindset about it. And, you know, Jordan's done it. All of these guys have done it. You know, Jordan used to work at a rental car place, but he had to change his mindset and his lifestyle before the money started to come. And I think if people focus on that, then they can be really successful. We've had people in here that they change their life and then the money starts coming. And I think that's a big thing to focus on.
I'm I got to be careful about how much I share here. We've got people in this group that were literally drug addicts 2 months ago. Guys, we have people in this group that learned real estate in prison. Let that sink in for a second. Some people show up here and they think that this is about real estate. And those people, you know, they pay me whatever the hell we charge. They pay me a couple bucks, and then a couple months later they leave because, man, all I got was, I didn't sign up for a life coach. I signed up to learn real estate. I didn't sign up for a, you know, what are those, the hippie mindset tricks? I didn't sign up for that shit. Guys, this is an all-inclusive community to make your life not suck anymore. Real estate is a tool. Real estate is a vehicle that we use that we found highly effective. If you think that we just do real estate, guys, I do a bunch of stuff. It's not just real estate. Everything is a tool. It's got to be. It has to be. Like, I would be if I just taught you real estate, I would be doing you the biggest disservice that I could be doing you. If the only thing that you learned here in the kingdom was how to make $5 grand, I would be a failure. Tyler would be a failure. We wouldn't be happy. Nobody, none of the leaders in here would be happy. Most of the members in here wouldn't be happy if I just taught you how to make $5 grand. You know, why do we have a whole division of finance in the kingdom? Why do we have a course called How to Keep Your Money? You know, why are we talking about stuff like infinite banking? You know, if you guys listen to Tyler's podcast, he has a million different topics that are not necessarily real estate related. We're trying to, guys, we're really trying to get people as rounded as we can. So many people make money and then they lose everything immediately because they have no understanding of money. They have no relationship with money.
The people around you, you know, try focusing on who's around you. On this call, there is somebody who is not a mentor, not a leader, somebody that flies under the radar, and frankly, they're very, very rarely on calls, that makes over 50 grand a year wholesaling and works a full-time job. So I would say that they're probably taking down 6 figures. That person can reveal themselves if they want to. I won't reveal them because they haven't done it yet, so I'm not going to call them out. But my point is, they have a strong why, and the why I'm not going to share either because it was shared with me, and they can share if they want to, but their why is very strong. Okay, my why is very strong. Jordan's why is very strong. If this doesn't really matter whether you make money or not, or you get free, then you're just never going to get there. That's just how it works. You're not going to get there by accident. You got to think back to what it feels like. Imagine what it feels like to be on the other side. For those of you that are diva like me and like Todd, I love to shop, man. Amazon is my friend. UPS guy and I are a first name basis. You're dropping stuff at my door every day. I'm going today and buying like $5 grand worth of patio furniture because that's what my wife wants, and I don't give a shit. We're paying cash for it. I don't even need the credit cards because I have a strong why. Jordan takes down deals without even really thinking about them. I know this because he'll be talking to me on the phone and having a conversation with somebody else at the same time and doing a deal. Because the real estate's the byproduct of it, guy, or the money is the byproduct. The real estate is the vehicle. It's very simple. Everything we do is simple. It really is.
Absolutely.
It's not easy, but it's simple. You find somebody that has a deed, and then you simply talk to them until they hand that deed to you. The end. And then somebody else probably wants to live there, and they give you money to do that. And when they do, don't ever sell it. Just keep it. It's going to be okay. Because someday you're going to have $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a month in passive income rolling in, and you can join me on my patio furniture.
Yes. Yes.
Guys, I do want to open it up for some questions. I think we beat you up for long enough. That's okay. That's okay. My wife kicks the shit out of me because she loves me, right? She's like, whatever. I kick the shit out of you, but I don't love you.
No.
Look, guys, we want you to win, right? Like, this isn't my call. This isn't Tyler's call. This isn't William's call. Like, we're here because we want you to win. You know, it would be very, very, very easy for us just to say, hey, the call's canceled. Somebody's getting married. Everybody would have understood, right? Oh, that's a pretty good excuse. Somebody's getting married.
No.
Guys, we are here specifically for one thing. We want you guys to win. That's the only reason. So guys, who can we help today? I do have everybody on mute. Raise your hand. Gustavo, I've got you. Guys, raise your hand or throw it in the chat. I'd like to take, 5-10 questions kind of before we wrap up. Gustavo, good morning.
Good morning. Good to be here. Tyler, good morning.
Morning, Gustavo.
I remember when one of the first times back when I came back, because I came in, I don't know, for a month or so, got out, came back in, and I started talking about flipping, and you tore me a new asshole, and I appreciate that. I'm an agent, as you guys know, well, some of you know, and been around it, and I'm here to learn to have a new mindset. My question is this, so I am looking and getting very close to a few deals, but what I've done is, I have a mentor and a business partner and a friend in California that's a little bit up higher on the mountain than I am, experience-wise, money-wise. It's got properties across the country. So I'm no longer looking just in my area. I don't care where it is, what part of the country it is. If I can make it happen, I'm making it happen. And that's the mentality I've gotten. And I just wanted to hear your feedback on that.
I think my opinion is you're going to be all over the map and it's going to actually be counterproductive. Here's the thing. Opportunity is in every single market in the entire country. You can make money in Manhattan, New York City. Donald Trump did it, right? And he did, he wasn't instant rich. Focus on your own market, first of all. Absolutely. You're sitting on the opportunity to build a business. One of my streams of income, Gustavo, is being an agent. But it's not actually doing the work of an agent. What I did is found other people that have the same mindset as I do, and I put them to work to help me. Okay. I've got two personal assistants. One is all on the investment side. The other one is on the realtor side. So example, I got this listing. How did I get this listing? By putting myself out there, educating people on what I do. That's what I enjoy to do. I get the listing. I went over and talked to them for the purpose of making sure there's no holes in the wall, which it's a gorgeous house. It's perfect. And then I take that paperwork and give it to my assistant, and she does all the rest of the work, and I'm out. Let me know when the wire transfer is coming. That's the end of it. That's my mindset. I put other people to work and help them succeed. You need to do the same thing having a real estate license. Forget about California. California is a train wreck. Unless you live there, forget about it.
I'm not over there. I'm specifically Ohio and the East Coast, really, right now. So I'm not that far west, but I just wanted to because the deals sort of fell in my lap, and we've got someone close in both areas that can help us.
Well, hear me out. No deal is you can look for a deal all day long. You're never going to find one. You can go all over the country telling the whole world that you're looking for a deal, and you're never going to find one. You got to be looking for problems. And I know that sounds cliche, and I know you guys hear me talk about that a hell of a lot, but every single deal I do is fucked up somehow. That's how I make my money. And you can't, unless you have an insane budget. If you got a few $1 million and you can go Gary Vee style, then you could maybe market yourself to the whole country. Trust me, I'm doing it. It ain't cheap. So instead, concentrate your efforts into your local area, the place that you can shake hands and kiss babies, because that's how you're going to attract business. Those of you that are in any type of sales or service business, forget about this. I want to sell insurance to everybody in the whole state of Illinois. Who gives a fuck about the state of Illinois? You got lots of people that need insurance right in your back door. Mortgage brokers, you got lots of people that need mortgages right in your back door. They're getting mortgages. They're just not getting them from you, as an example. Realtor, same thing. Everybody's like, well, I'm going to go work up in the north part of the state and commute because there's no agents up there. Bullshit. There's plenty of agents up there. if you can't get them in my market, then you suck. You got to unsuck is what you got to do. So I would get laser focused on your market and identify what the problems are. Figure out what you can do better in your market, identify problems and go out there and solve them. Call yourself the real estate problem solver. That I don't have trademark. Cash Flow Guys is trademark, but not the real estate problem solver. That is how people know me. I'm the cash flow guy and the real estate problem solver. If you got a problem and real estate can fix it, I'm your guy. That's simple. You need to be that guy. If you're that guy, your next bitch is that you're gonna come back on the kingdom and be like, do you guys need some hard money or something? Because I got too much cash and I'm gonna get nuked with freaking taxes and I need some tax write-offs. What's going on? Can somebody help me?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll tell you honestly, my first mentor told me, because I was doing the exact same thing you just described. I was in a very populated area outside of Boston when I first started, and I was bitching left and right. When I was like 18, I'm like, I'm fucking competing with people that are in their 30s, 40s, and 50s that have been around forever, and they've got a bigger marketing budget, they've got more contacts, they've got more experience. So I'm gonna go to a less populated area where I'm gonna find better deals. And my mentor is a Marine, the guy that originally showed me, and he literally slapped me across the face. He was like, dude, within a fucking mile of your house, there are 10 deals a week, minimum. And I don't give a fuck where you live. Unless you live somewhere where there's nothing within a mile of your house, there are deals being done in your backyard every fucking day, every week, period. They're being done. You might not be the one doing them, but maybe that's because nobody knows that you're fucking there. So get your ass out there, meet everybody that's got problems, be a little louder, be a little more noticeable. You know, if you're creeping through, I mean, in the agent side of the business, we used to always call people secret agents, and it wasn't like we were complimenting them and saying, hey, you're fucking stylish like James Bond or something like that. It was more like, nobody knows you fucking exist, and that's why you have no business. It's impossible for people to give you what you want if they don't know, number one, that you're there, and number two, what you want in the first place. As soon as you convey those messages, people actually do want to help you. Everybody wants to help you. It's really that simple. When you get the message out to absolutely everybody, it works. And at the same time, you don't want to turn into that annoying salesperson that's climbing up everybody's ass with a sales pitch every 20 minutes. So, you know, you just got to kind of moderate it. Be able to still hold regular conversations. Don't make your life 100% about business. Don't be selling everybody all the damn time. But at the same time, make sure not too much time goes by between reminding every single person you know what you do for a living and meeting new people and introducing yourself with what you do for a living.
Guys, to prove that point home, my town is like 2,000 people, maybe 2,500, maybe. And I've done more deals in this town than most of you guys have done. And like some of you guys have phenomenal opportunities. Like for those of you guys that are in Charlotte, I would kill to be over there. You've got Ed and Taylor and like 12 other people in the kingdom. You've got a local networking event every night. Like I would kill for that, guys. You know? So it doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter your demographic. None of that stuff matters one bit. You just have to go do it. You just got to go do it.
Add one thing to that.
Yeah.
You also got to believe in what you're doing, guys. I'm here to tell you that. And to the insurance agents in the family, the reason why you fuckers aren't killing it with insurance, you don't believe in the product that you're selling. If you did, you'd have it yourself. And if you believed in it, you wouldn't need the kingdom or real estate. You'd be making freaking hundreds of thousands of dollars. I sat with an insurance agent this weekend when I was at the land trust boot camp. And we're doing some business together. I'm not buying insurance, but I was doing some business with him on something else. And he was telling me, he's like, most of what the products that are out there in the industry are bullshit. I mean, a lot of these different, this concept and that banking and whatever, it's all real bullshit. It's all front loaded and it's all designed to get the agent paid up front in most cases. And they may also make their money on renewals and this, that, and the other. So he said the reason why insurance agents fail is because they don't completely deep down believe in what they're selling. And if you don't believe in what you're selling, well, you're fucked from right out of the gate. I'll tell you that right now. If I believe in what I'm selling, you better watch out. I'm coming at you like a freight train. You're going to buy. If you don't, I'm going to take you to the floor and get your wallet and you're going to buy anyway. That's my mindset, you see, because I believe that you need to be financially free. That's why I get wound up on these calls and come out to these calls far more than I'm required to. Okay, I don't have to be here at all, but I want to see you guys. You guys at least have a chance to friggin' win. I give up on the rest of humanity. They're fucked. They're going to be bringing me sandwiches later in life, but you guys took the step to show up. That's step one. Awesome. Some of you are going to man up and have the balls to show up in elite, even though you can't afford it. Because if you can't afford it, fuck that. Do it anyway and decide that you're going to afford it. Sign the fuck up, man up, and just do it. Because we can't get all of you over the finish line. That's the reality. Some of you are going to make it exponentially, though. And I'm looking forward to that. Gillum, if you're on this call, your ass needs to be in there because you got ridiculous skills. You're a talented motherfucker. I got to tell you that. I mean, you are. The fact that you're not financially free, we can get you there. I know that. That's a fact.
Guys, I want to really quick back to Tyler's point about if you believe in your product. Guys, our only product in real estate is we can help people. How many of you guys can get behind that vision? Raise your hand. Okay. Our only product is we can help people. I'm in way too many groups and podcasts and all that crap. I don't remember where I said it, but I said that I believe that I can help people better than anybody else out there. Okay? That is the only reason why we win. That is the only reason why we put deals together. When Tyler goes and negotiates a multifamily deal, he is doing nothing but solving that problem. When I put together a deal, when any of these guys put together a deal, all we are doing is solving a problem. So it's a really easy sales pitch. I can help you. Do you want to be helped? I've never asked somebody that needed help if I could help them, and they said, nah. That's never happened to me. That's never happened to me. We had a couple hands up. Guys, throw it in the chat if you've got a question. We've got Ned. I don't know who that is. I literally don't know who that is.
That's Gillum.
Gillum, you there?
What's up, boys?
Mike.
There he is.
No, I forget what it was that I was commenting on the other day that Tyler was ragging on insurance agents, so I had to throw up a meme of Ned Ryerson from Groundhog Day.
Nice.
So anyway, I just wanted to thank you guys, man, for getting on the call after Ed's wedding and everything, and doing what you're doing. I greatly appreciate it. It's motivating. I woke up a little late and said, "What the fuck? I'm missing the call," and got on, and it's great, man. So love you guys, man.
Thanks for being here, dude.
Hey, Infinite Banking, Monday, 10:30. I'm gonna plug it. You guys need to be on that call. It's a webinar. If you want to get on it, PM me, and we'll show you how that's done.
What time?
I think he said. I think it's got to be 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Taylor. Yeah, Mike, throw it in the chat. Taylor Pugh, go ahead, man.
Man, I was just gonna. I have low bandwidth, so I'm gonna be on audio only. I hope that's okay. I wanted to plug that webinar that Mike is plugging. I happened to be on it last week. Thank you for the invitation. And Mike, I just got that book, so I look forward to getting into that this week. Thank you very much.
I love it, guys.
Whoa. Doesn't infinite banking require some money first?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean,
probably.
Can you start it with dust in your checking account?
Probably
Not with dust, but you can get very productive with it very easily.
Okay, so the key is you got to actually do something to generate some money. So you
Kind of like everything else in life, you actually have to fucking do it if you want it to work. It's amazing.
Guys, I do want to try to help a couple people. Who needs help tonight? Who needs help? Yeah.
I think you need help with your fucking internal calendar or internal clock.
Mm-hmm. Who needs help? Throw it in the chat so I can see you. We've got too many people on the call. Who needs help? What if there was a community with a couple hundred people whose only goal in life was to help you every single day get financially free? That'd be kind of cool, huh?
Jeff W. said he needs help.
Jeff, let me unmute you. Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Greatly appreciate the community. Love the interviews. Listen to the one Johnny Moore and Don Costas and the Flip King on my ride yesterday up to Charleston today with a friend. But my mind's blown. So first off, thank you for the family and the community. I look forward to not having someone who's going to give me information, but someone who's going to kick me in the ass when I'm not doing what I say I'm going to do. And I see that in this community. So first off, thank you for that. Went out, for any of you that were on the Wednesday night call, talked to Todd about a deal that I'm looking at. In my mind, I was looking at a fix and flip. To Tyler, at this point, I'm poor, so I shouldn't do fix and flips. But with the stuff I've been looking at and reading at, I'm I'm just trying to help this lady. She's a lady that went through a financial class I did. I hosted Dave Ramsey's class at my church. Aunt died in April. She's tired of dealing with the estate. She's ready to be done with it. Doesn't know if she wants to sell it or rent it herself. I'm there to help however I can. She asked, "Can you help me renovate it?" I don't know a contractor, nothing. My answer was, yes, I can help you. Anything to help ease the burden, right? So this owner finance, Tyler's, I buy on terms. I don't buy on cash. These things are really hitting me. So I've got to get in. I was on the road yesterday till late last night. I've got to dig in today into, but how can I approach this with her in positioning this? What's the best way to, because I kind of shot myself in the foot saying, hey, help you capitalize on the property you have, make the most out of it.
Yeah. Jeff, I almost called you your brother's name. Sorry. I won't insult you like that. I'm joking, dude. I love your brother. Me and Scott are really good friends. So first of all, I'm gonna let Tyler and William respond to this in just a second. But first of all, this sounds like a recipe for a great deal and a great way for you to help her. I don't think you shot yourself in the foot at all. I do think that we don't have enough information yet. We probably need to know, does she have it paid off or does she have a mortgage? If she has a mortgage, we need to know kind of what that balance is and what the payment is. Those two things will greatly help us know the best way that we can help her. As far as it needing some work and all that really doesn't scare me all that much.
A lot of work. I went and looked at it yesterday. It's lipstick. There's some cracks. There might be some settling issues, and I actually have pictures I can share at some point. But the house is in great shape. The estate sales guys were saying she's selling the cabinets on the walls, and I'm like, that's dumb.
Don't do that.
Do a huge renovation job when it's a beautiful house, a nice older house that could easily be rented with very little input.
Tyler, what do you think?
She owes money on the house?
She's handling the state of her aunt who passed away in April. I don't think there's money in the house because she's been dealing with this since April. And she's complaining about not having money and she's just trying to get rid of the stuff. I don't think she owns, but I don't know. I haven't been able to talk to her since Sunday. I haven't been able to connect with her on the phone. It's all been Facebook messages, back and forth, talking.
What's your experience level as a rehabber?
None. But it doesn't sound like it needs a lot of work, though.
Okay. So just a thought. Flipping this, if you really want to help her, why don't you keep it simple? Just find somebody that is an expert at rehab, right? Figure out what they would pay for it. Throw 10 grand on that for you and be done with it. Or if it doesn't need much rehab, why not just keep it? What is her pain? Why is she selling it?
Am I still unmuted?
Yeah.
You're still unmuted.
She doesn't know yet whether she wants to sell it or rent it.
So is she in like foreclosure, pre-foreclosure, anything like that? Is there any compelling need for her to do anything?
Oh, no. She's dealing with her aunt's estate. She's got her own house. She lives up in Jasper, Georgia. This is in the heart of Atlanta.
Okay. So would it work as a rental for you?
I would love it as a rental for me.
Okay.
That's what
Then,
a lot of the owner.
That's your
Decide.
solution then.
Go ahead, William. Decide that's what you want, that's going to be the case. And with that said, educate her on the benefits of her taking payments for her equity. It's that simple.
Mhm.
It's unfortunate the house needs a little bit of work, but we can take care of that. Admittedly, I'm not an expert in that, so I'm going to have to hire that out. Here's how this can work. The money that I would love to give you for a down payment, I'm going to have to use to pay a contractor to get the work done. I can go ahead and make you payments for your equity. And that will allow you to go on with your business. I'm sorry for the loss of your aunt, but it's going to provide you a predictable stream of income for really as long as you want it to. It's really up to you. So if that idea works for you, then let me know and we'll draft a simple contract. And do you have an attorney you want me to send this to, or somebody else that needs to review it, or are you the decision maker? Oh, you have an attorney? Okay, cool. So I'm going to have my attorney draft a contract, send it over to your attorney. They'll do what they're best at, because I'm not an attorney. And then let's get this done. The end.
It sounds like all of the ingredients for a good deal. I mean,
Yeah.
she doesn't want to deal with it. She doesn't want to fix it up. It doesn't sound like she wants to deal with a tenant. It sounds like that's going to be a headache. She doesn't live there. Guys, for everybody else on the call, like, these are the things that, like, these are the deals that I do. These are the deals that Taylor and Tyler and everybody does. Like, these are perfect scenarios to say, look, you've said enough. Let me handle everything. Let me handle all of that. I just want to make sure that you can be done and out of it. It's out of your hair. No more stress for you. This is what I believe we can do. So I think it's a great recipe. William, anything to add to that?
Well, here's what I would say. It really sounds like if she's undecided between renting and selling, as soon as somebody announces that to me, all right, as soon as I hear the words of, like, I'm not 100% sure if I want to rent this or if I want to sell it, what pops into my mind is, you just fucking screamed as loud as you possibly could that you are begging me for some kind of creative deal structure. That's what pops into my mind. That's what I hear. As soon as somebody says that, it's like, all right, well, you're looking for something that could be considered some form of a hybrid. Perhaps you're attracted to the idea of passive income from renting it, but you may not necessarily know all that's involved there. And you think maybe you're interested in selling it because you don't want to hang on to the headache. So that's a perfect opening for something along the lines of a contract for deed or a lease option or a seller finance deal. Any of those types of structures, if presented properly, it would present it to her as, okay, so you're contemplating renting it because you like the idea of passive income. You'd like to have some regular income coming in from this property. At the same time, you're contemplating selling the property because you don't want to be married to the damn thing. And I don't blame you, especially where it's something that was inherited from a family member dying. There might be like some bad mojo there with hanging on to it and having to go there on a regular basis. In which case, I think the perfect solution would be, what if you could have the best of both worlds? What if I could structure something so that you get both the benefits of selling and the benefits of renting the property at the same time?
I'm gonna take it one step further. William nailed it. You know, if she says, I just don't know if I want to sell it yet. Hey, that's okay. What if I leased it from you until you were ready to sell it? That's called a lease option. What if I leased it for, I'm using random numbers here, guys. What if I leased it for $500 a month and give me the option to buy it within the next 3 or 4 years? Let's agree to, again, random numbers. Let's agree to $100,000. I'm going to lease it for $500, and within the next couple years, you give me first dibs on buying it at $100,000. That's going to give me a little bit of time to go in and paint a little bit, blah, blah, blah. It's going to give you a little bit of time to kind of, restructure whatever you need to restructure. And when we're ready, when we're both ready, I'll buy it from you. So now you can show the bank that you've made consistent payments on this for X amount of time. You've got proof of payment to those for those people, and it's going to be much easier. So that's kind of where I would go if she's just not quite sure.
Appreciate it greatly. I hope to report good news on that Monday.
Perfect. Tyler's got a call 9 a.m. on Monday. If you miss it, we've got one on Tuesday night.
Nope. I'm there.
Cool. Guys, we had a couple more hands up. I want to make sure we get everybody this morning. Ned, it's gonna throw me off. What's up, man? Mike.
Hey, I'm posting the group.
He's drunk again, Jordan.
Definitely.
Webinar before. Not this.
All right, Mike. I'm throwing you on mute, dude. I definitely got a lag. Hit me up in a minute if you get some better service. I'm gonna go over to Glenn really quick from Vegas. Guys, there's a very specific reason why I don't live in Las Vegas. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Glenn, good morning.
Oh, why don't you live here?
It's not a good place for me.
It's not a good place for a lot of people.
There we go. How can we help you this morning, man?
So I'll put it in the chat. So I wanted to ask, right now I want to reset everything and just forget about my past, being lazy or not, being on my shit. And I'm saying right now my mindset is clear that I need to be on go mode. So what would be the first steps I should implement over this next week to make sure that I get my business going and that I can be successful going into the next year, going into the next month, and then going into the next year? Over this next week, what would be some things that you would say I need to implement?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't know. What's your focus, man? Are you wanting to wholesale, buy and hold? Or are you wanting to fix and flip? Like, what do you want to do?
I was looking at wholesaling at first, but now I'm thinking about holding. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Buy and hold. Sorry.
So, guys, we've got a common. I don't want to call this a problem because it's not a problem. We've got a common problem. Fuck it, let's call it a problem. So a lot of you guys jump on call number 1 and we talk about wholesaling, and you guys are fired up about wholesaling. Everybody wants to wholesale. It's normally Taylor or Todd or somebody talks about wholesaling. It's appealing, it's sexy, it's cool. And then the next day, Tyler's on a call and says, screw wholesaling. And then the next day, Jordan's on a call and I talk about something completely different. So guys, it's really difficult in the kingdom because we've got so many different people doing so many different things. It's very easy to get distracted and change your course every single day. Now, I don't care what you do. I just want you to do something. So Glenn, if it's buy and hold, I'm all over it, dude. I've got your back. All the mentors buy and hold. If it's wholesaling, again, I don't care. I got your back. All the mentors wholesale. To me, it doesn't matter what you do. If it is buy and hold, I don't know what content you've gone through. I don't know, where you're at right now, but a good place to start is the buy and hold on the website.
Okay.
If you have gone through that, I highly recommend that you start to identify your investor identity. I am a multifamily investor. I invest in typically C and D class properties. I buy between $25,000 and $40,000 per unit. $40,000 if it's completely rehabbed. I net $200 per door. My cash on cash ROI is between 45 and 50%. I want the ability to make it I'm explaining to you my investor identity. Tyler's identity is a little bit different. William's identity might be a little bit different. John Brown's identity might be different. You just need to determine who you are. Guys, a lot of you guys on this call, you have no fucking clue who you are. Monday you're this, Tuesday you're that, Wednesday, every day you're somebody different and you have no clue who you are. How many of you guys listen to TD Jakes? He's my favorite motivational speaker. TD Jakes, anybody? TD Jakes says, if you know who you are, you know who you're not. So guys, we have to determine who we are. So Glenn, if you haven't figured that out yet, I would start to, some people just love single family. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that. Some people that's their thing, dude. That fires them up. Some people it's multifamily. Some people it's mobile homes. Some people it's buying and selling notes. It really doesn't matter. You can make money in anything in real estate. Brandy, she loves doing the house rooming thing. Like, it doesn't matter. You just need to figure out, like, what is it for you? And once you've determined that, all of us can jump in and say, okay, great. Here's the next step. Here's the next step. Here's the next step.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
So, yeah, so I mean, like, your investor identity is going to be, you know, kind of the ground floor. And then you're going to start to develop a little bit of a criteria. I'm looking for things that meet this criteria. Not everything else you wholesale, but the things that meet your criteria, you say, I'm going to figure out a way to buy it.
Quick point. Where you live in Las Vegas, there's two things that are absolutely everywhere in Las Vegas that I'm aware of. There's several things that are everywhere in Las Vegas, but there's two that provide phenomenal opportunities if you want to meet people with problems. Okay? Those two things are, you've got casinos everywhere. Yes, there are people who go there and occasionally win. We call that a needle in a haystack, I believe. But there's a shitload of people that lose everything. And when you see them walking out of the casino with that posture, like the life has just been sucked out of them as a result of their terrible decision to enter the casino, that's a perfect target. They may own some real estate. They just screwed up with all the other money they had, so you might as well provide them with an opportunity. The other thing, the other place that you're going to look for that is everywhere in Las Vegas, if you want to go meet some people that have problems, go to fucking pawn shops, brother. Every single person in that damn pawn shop is looking for a way out of something.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Thanks.
That's a great idea. And, you know, a lot of these places probably even allow you to put up like a little flyer. You know, did you lose everything? Call me. I want to, you know, I mean, like whatever that's going to look like. But a lot of these places have a cork board, and you can put, you know, probably not a yellow letter, but you can probably put some sort of a flyer on there. This is who I am. This is what problem I solve. If I could help you, call me.
I'd be laminating some shit and taping it to telephone poles, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
Or any other damn surface I could possibly find. I'd be
viral.
dumpster across the street from the pawn shop.
Glenn, in the link, I put a link in the chat of a direct link to my podcast portion of my website. The reason why I'm telling you to go there specifically is it lists all 102 episodes I've done. Several of those, you will see the words investor identity in the titles. Go through the list, check those out, and listen to them. They will help you identify what your investor identity is, because we can't tell you what it is. Like Jordan said, you got to figure it out for yourself. But those episodes are going to kind of help keep you in your lane and get your mind where you need to be so you can make that decision.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Guys, there's nothing wrong with hitting singles, guys. A lot of people, John Brown, a lot of people are always going for the home run, right? I'm working on $1 million property here, you know. Guys, there's nothing wrong with hitting singles. I'm going to use Justin Damude as an example. Justin Damude, you know, he's been working on big stuff, but he's also like, he's hitting those singles. Like he just got a mobile home. I think he picked it up for like $7,000. You know, he's got a tenant in there. He's making a couple $100 a month passive. There's nothing wrong with that. Like my identity 100% is multifamily C and D class properties in a couple markets. But guys, I'm not afraid to hit singles. I'm not afraid to flip all sorts of random stuff. You know, that's what pays the, what's that?
I'm not afraid to hit anything. Doesn't matter what the hell it is. It's always a welcome challenge, especially if you can change things up a little bit. I think one major step, if you're going to try to be identifying what your investor ID is, rather than simply reading about what each strategy involves, dive in, give it a shot. You want to know whether or not you like wholesaling? Wholesale a fucking deal. That's a great way to determine it, because then you've actually experienced it. You know?
Yeah. I think we had Tanya up next. We've got a couple more guys, then I got to jump here. But Tanya, good morning, Tanya. How are you?
Mute. Oh, hi. You unmuted me. Sorry about that. I wasn't sure if you did that or if I do that. I had a question about leads. I've been really working hard trying to find deals out here in the Billings market, and mainly looking for stuff on deals on the MLS and Craigslist and Facebook and whatnot. But that's not working, and I need to get people to start calling me. I've done a lot of networking, but besides networking, what would you guys say would be like a good place to focus on advertising, I guess, to pull in leads, whether it's, I don't know, Craigslist or Facebook? I don't know, ideas.
Sure, I'll give you a couple, and then the other guys can as well. 1 second here. Where did she go? I'm going to put you on mute just because we had some feedback. So I've done a lot of deals in Billings. Specifically, when I very first started, my mentor was in Billings. We did a lot of deals there. My best sources, and I know I sound like a broken record here, guys. I wouldn't have to sound like a broken record if you guys would do this. Just going to throw that out there. Guys, my best source of leads is property management companies. In Billings, there's probably 150 property management companies. Tanya, I would focus on probably some of the smaller ones. Like Rainbow is not going to give you anything. They're a big property management company. But if you jump on Google and you can find some of the ones that are a little bit smaller, those people work with people that own property every day. And oftentimes those people, they hear about the problems first, right? They're fielding the phone calls. Man, my roof has been leaking for a year straight. The owner won't do anything about it. Those are referrals that you can get from a property management company, and you might be able to, if they'll just, depending on the property management company, they're not going to give you a lot of information. They can't. Like, it's kind of illegal. If my property management company ever gave anybody my information, I'd be really upset. But what they can do is they can take down your number and your email address. And if you are consistent in talking to them, when they hear of a problem, they might just say, hey, look, this crazy lady, keeps on calling me. And she keeps on saying that she's looking for properties to buy. Would you consider selling her your property? So that's a big source. Another one is going to be pre-foreclosures. You can get a list from a couple different title companies in Billings that will send you, every single month, they will email you a list of all of the pre-foreclosures. What I used to do is I used to start with the most recent and work my way backwards. For instance, if the pre-foreclosure date was in 3 weeks, I would start with that one and work backwards out to a month, a couple months. And it's really, really simple. I mean, just look, I'm looking for properties to buy, do you have any interest in selling this? Is there any way I could help you? Those are kind of two of mine. Tyler, William, anything?
I think you nailed it right there.
Nailed it. It's the first time I've ever nailed it.
Tyler looks like the guy from Breaking Bad right now with the glasses on, man. It like completes the look. It's almost like diabolical with the glasses on for some reason.
We need to get him like a trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tyler, yeah, there we go. There we go. It's not the first gun we've had on a call. So yeah, Tanya, I would start with those two. Obviously driving different neighborhoods. If you're driving to Walmart anyways, take a different route. Your best sources of leads are going to be organic. I used to do that. Again, John mentioned it. I used to work at the airport for Enterprise Rent-A-Car. And every single day I had to drive there. So every single day on my way up 27th, I would take a different route. I would either go to the right, towards the Heights and drive through that neighborhood, or I'd go to the left, closer to the mall and on Grand, and I would drive a different neighborhood. And every day on my way to work, I could get 5, 10, 15, 20 properties that appeared to be in distress. They're boarded up. The roof looks like it leaks really, really bad. No one has shoveled the snow. So I didn't take any extra time out of my day. I already had to go to the airport. I just went a different route every single time. I'd take a different street to get there, and I would start identifying things in the neighborhood. There's a big 15-foot dumpster outside that property. Somebody's doing some work there. Or there's a pickup truck in the driveway and it says Tyler Sheff Construction Company. I would go talk to those people and say,
Tyler says never. I'd go talk to those people and say, hey, what's going on here? You know, they're going to be like, what? What do you want? You know, they're going to pull out their gun like Tyler did. What do you want? Hey, I noticed that you own a construction company. Are you working on this property? Yeah, the tenant just completely screwed this property up, man. They lit it on fire. They spray painted the walls. Interesting. Write down that address. And Tanya, for you, it's going to be the Yellowstone County Tax Assessor site. Type in the address. It's going to tell you exactly who owns it. But guys, we are past an hour. Great call this morning. We had at the peak, we had about 42 people on here. Greatly appreciate it. I love these calls. Guys, for me in Montana, I've got to get up really early on a Saturday to be on these calls. But again, we do this for you because we want to see you guys win. Everybody from California, thank you so much. It was 6 a.m. your time on a Saturday. That's phenomenal. Guys, if you need anything, you've got to speak up. I can't read your mind. Tyler can't read your mind. If you guys need something, throw it up in the group. There's hundreds of people that are willing to help you. There's a call every day. Guys, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, right? Or whatever that quote is. If you need help, you reach out. It's not my responsibility to know if you need help. It's your responsibility to raise your hand and say, guys, I need help. There's hundreds of people that are willing to help you. But reach out. Definitely reach out. Thanks, guys, so much. Appreciate it.
Parting thought. Guys, 36 people on this call right now. Ed gets like none of those on a Saturday. So if you guys don't show up next week, Jordan and Todd are going to think it's all Ed and Ed sucks and you hate Ed. We're going to have to kill Ed. So show up next week. Jesus Christ.
Guys, I got to be careful how I say this. Ed's about to get fired.
Yeah.
Okay. He just got married. Like, he's about to get fired because no one shows up on his call. I'm going to blame you guys. You're going to have to go tell Ed's newlywed wife that he got fired because you guys won't show up and get out of bed.
Hey, man, I got to say real quick, when it comes to the original topic of this call, why people are going to fail in real estate or why they're not going to make it, whatever the original title was, the number one reason that I've seen people fail in this business or any other business is because they're fucking selfish. That's why. You go out of your way to help other people, whether it's the homeowners, your community, whatever, it pays you back tenfold. If you're going to sit there holding all your problems in, that's fucking selfish. You think you're doing everybody a favor by not speaking up when you need help. Fuck you. You're not helping anybody. You're pissing everybody off and causing problems. That's not how it works. Speak up, announce that you need some help, especially on calls like this, because the fact is, when you're asking a question and you need help with something, there's somebody else on the call that is either experiencing the same shit or they just did or they're about to in the near future. So when you put that information out there and the answer is put out there or some solutions are put out there, everybody benefits jointly.
That's why we don't respond to you guys on Facebook Messenger. You know, when you guys message us personally and we don't respond, it's because you're taking away from everybody else that can learn from our response. That's why we say, hey, throw it up in the group. Guys, we've got a jet. Thank you guys so much for being here. Monday morning, 9 a.m. Tyler's next call. It's a great call. We'll see you guys soon.
So there you guys have it. That was one of our 9 live calls a week. I want to thank you for listening. We really, really, really enjoy doing this. Every mentor has a different call. Every call has a different vibe, a different topic, a different theme. So hopefully you guys got some value out of that. Hopefully you guys caught some golden nuggets. As always, our website is www.thekingdomrealestate.com. If you want to reach out to me personally, my personal Facebook is at Jordan Stanley Payne, Payne. Our Facebook page and our Instagram is at The Kingdom Real Estate. Our Snapchat that I am on daily is The Kingdom REI. Guys, thank you so much. As always, if you're looking for more information, if you're looking to be involved in our community, if you want to be on these 9 live calls, if you want a couple hundred hours of training on the website, if you want a mentor to review your deal, if you want to be a part of an accountability program, we are doing a 14-day free trial on the website. It's automatically on there. There's no special promo code. Go to the website, www.thekingdomrealestate.com. Look at group and platinum. Pick one of them. Both of them have a free trial. I recommend platinum so you can be on the calls. Come check it out. It's 100% free. If you hate it, If I bother you, if I piss you off, you just cancel. It's not a big deal. Guys, love you to death. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you guys next week.